taking the time to sit down with me. And I ran into you this morning over breakfast, and I know that your fiance, is that right? Is also in the class and left this morning. How long have you been going to Meir's events?
I want to say it's been right around 4 years, so for a while.
And was that in Toronto, or where did you originally connect?
Oh, I guess we originally connected in LA at a different
Gets
program.
around.
Yes, and so some in LA, some in Florida, some in Chicago, and then now some in Canada, some in Mexico.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, we get around.
Yeah,
Wow.
South Africa. So are you in California, or where are you based out of?
I'm in Minnesota.
Oh, Minnesota. Okay.
Yes.
Wow. And so tell me a little bit about the type business that you're in.
Sure. I wear more than one hat. I am an attorney, and I have my own boutique firm doing business law and estate,
Wow.
primarily for business owners. And then I also, with my mom, have an executive suites for attorneys. And then with my mom, I have a company doing support services, virtual assistants, paralegals, billing, bookkeeping
Nice.
services, things like that for
Wow.
attorneys.
Wow. It's difficult to find. I have a couple of attorneys, but it's hard to find a good business attorney. How has your business changed over the years since meeting Meir?
Well, my mom and I started our executive suites in January 2010. And it did not take long for us to realize that there was something that we didn't know, and we didn't know that we didn't know it.
Yeah.
And we hemorrhaged money. And we were on the brink of being wiped off the map. And we just had to go and get the knowledge that we needed and the help that we needed. And it's just my greatest good fortune, not only for the business, but for myself and my life and my family. I mean, everything in my life is 180 degrees from those desperate days.
Yeah.
But at the time it was our last. It was either that or
The last
that's
hurrah.
it was the
Yeah.
last hurrah. You know, I had put everything in, and my parents had put everything in,
Yep.
and I felt so heavy, the weight of it, that my parents had put everything in, and if we had failed, then my parents would not have had what they needed.
Sure.
You know, and the responsibility of that was huge. So, but it's not just the responsibility of that. The opportunity that we have in our family to make a difference in our community is huge. But we have to succeed and prosper to
That's
be
right.
able to do that.
That's right.
And when I met Meir, and the first things that he started to teach, I mean, even before I had even signed up for the Perfect Business Model, which was the first of his classes that I attended, everything that he said rang true to me. And I had to do whatever I had to do to get myself there. And I literally have just everything that he's ever taught me or told me. I've just done my very best to really take it in and operate with it, to the very best of my ability.
And I mentioned that your fiance was here for the last couple of days. How did that take place where you're like, look, I love you and we're going to get married, but you have to come with me to meet this guy? Or how did that relationship, how did Meir and him connect?
So I sat on a board of a nonprofit for 5 years with Richard. So Richard had seen me go through this amazing transformation over these last years, and it has heard me talk about Meir and talk about Meir and talk about Meir. And so, of course, it was such a natural thing, like, okay, and now we need to go see Meir. He's like, of course we do.
Nice.
So it was like,
Yeah.
of course. I mean, anybody who knows me well knows so much about Meir, because how could I not share about him? What he delivers, you can apply, yes, in your business, but also in your relationship with your spouse, and yes, also with your relationship with your kids, and yes, just your relationships with all of humanity.
Yeah.
It's really amazing.
Tell me a little bit about, I was talking with a few other people in the beginning. You have this business in January of 2010, I believe it was, right? And you're at this place of like, this is my last go, or we're going to be in real trouble here, right? Maybe financially things are very lean. You're using family money. It's tough.
Ooh.
So yes, you meet a guy, Meir. He's gracious. He'll give you the shirt off his back. But sometimes to attend seminars or to better ourselves, we have to invest in ourselves.
Yes.
How difficult was that to have a little bit of blind faith before you know Meir, of like, this is going to hurt, but it's the last, I got to go all in. Was that difficult?
Yes, it was difficult, but at the same time, not doing that, equally difficult.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It was just a very tough time.
If you didn't decide to go that course, what do you think would have happened?
It would not have gone well for us at all. It's just there's not anywhere else that I have seen that that would have given me the tools that I need. And really what he gives are tools. And I can't even fathom where I would be and where my parents would be. I mean, it's...
And do you feel like that the training and the principles that he teaches has also helped in the relationship with Richard?
Absolutely. I mean, every relationship that I have, and even having the relationship that I have with Richard, which is ease and joy and partnership and really alignment and creating a future together.
Wow.
I mean, that was not going to happen on its own. And I feel like I personally am a different person than I was before I met Meir. And I am a better person now. And you met Richard. I mean, he is an amazing man of quality. And I am now a person worthy of a person like Richard.
Wow.
And that is a wow.
And I have to go out on a limb and say, maybe in 2010, even just saying that would have been a difficult thing, attractive people attract attractive people, and not just physically, but when you develop yourself and when you have something to offer and you have real value, then you attract those same type people. And certainly, just getting to know you the short time I have, seeing you interact with Richard, it seems like an incredible match, and it seems like you're having amazing success. In terms of the commitment in 2010, in your business now, and in your personal life and your relationship with your mother and your fiance, ROI on the investment with Meir Ezra, is it even quantifiable?
It is not even stratospheric.
Stratospheric. That's a new one we're going to adopt. Stratospheric. Yes. Well, listen, we wish you much continued stratospheric success.
Thank you.
And I'm sure we have many big things to come. You bet.
My pleasure.
Mike. It's so nice for you to hear your success.
Thank you.
Huge. Keep it up.
Thank you.